Okay, great. Thanks, you guys. Okay. All right. I've been forgetting to do that lately. That helps me with putting it up on YouTube. Okay. So we've got the roller all the way under the tailbone and all the way underneath the head here. You want to feel support for both places there. And then we'll just reach the arms out nice and wide with the palms facing up. Take a full breath this morning. Let yourself give in to gravity here. So we tend to hold on a little bit. So take some breaths here and try to soften. Let go of anything that's holding on to extra tension this morning. Full breath. Might be the jaw, might be the shoulders, the glutes. Just trying to really release into gravity here. And then you just start to rock to one side and then the other side. It's just a little bit of movement there. Getting a little bit more open in the chest. Feeling the shoulder blades wrap around the roller. And you're breathing. Your chin is away from your chest. Your throat is open. Full breath. Just once more. And then coming back to the center. Inhale both arms up to the ceiling. Closing the hands together. Exhale, open the arms out wide. Inhale, closing the hands together. And exhale, opening out wide. Again, inhale, close. And exhale, open. This time, bring the hands up so they're just shoulder distance apart. The palms are facing in. And you start to reach one shoulder up off of the roller and then really dropping it down. And then other arm reaching and then dropping the shoulder. Reach and drop, reach and drop. So you're finding this sort of percussiveness through the shoulders, really letting gravity pull that shoulder down. And then start to get a little shimmy in the shoulders, right, left, right, left. I like to think about this like the pistons in a car. Reaching, reaching, getting a little faster. Getting a nice massage around the shoulders. Shoulder blades in between those shoulder blades. And then reach both arms up on an inhale. Root both shoulders back on an exhale and open the arms wide again. And take that little rock side to side. And once you get a little bit more comfortable on your roller, you'll start to feel like you can play with it a little bit more. So you can kind of push your edges. There's not that fear factor of falling off. And then just settling back to the center. And then we reach straight up again. Root the shoulders back. The feet are wide and planted. You want to feel nice and solid in your base. And then one arm reaches back and one arm reaches down. We're taking that alternating of the arms and trying to let the hands meet the mat at the same time. But that backhand, a little bit tougher to get that range there. So just take your time and breathe. Opening up. If you're a side sleeper like me, tend to get a little bit more bound up in the shoulders, so this can be a nice one in the morning. And then reach both arms up to the ceiling. Again, root the shoulders back, and we'll start to take a circle here. Reach both arms back as far as you can. And then breathe here and open wide. And take your time through any super tight places. So if you feel like it's just maybe a little too much range, reel it in. The hands don't have to touch the floor. Breathe, open your throat. And start to hug the belly button in a little bit here, just to gain a little more stability. We will work the abdominals, reverse the arms, reaching back and down through the center. And notice if one side feels tighter than the other, taking that little inventory for your body, checking in. Full breath. Turn the palms in one more time, open out wide. Should feel nice. Find that place. You might want to reach back a little farther where you're getting a good stretch across the chest. Full exhale. So let's bring the feet just a little narrower so they're hip distance apart and parallel. And you'll notice the narrower your feet get, the more you feel like this roller starts to wiggle. So that's when you want to really hug the abdominals in. So bringing the arms by the sides, bending the elbows so the elbows meet the mat and the forearms are rooted and the chest is open. Take a full breath in. Exhale. Hug the belly button into the spine. Exhale. Hugging the waistline in, keeping that tail heavy. Now reach through the arms, taking the arms up on the inhale. Exhale, lift the head, curling up off the shoulder blades, reaching through the fingers here. So you want to feel that line of energy, really opening across the chest, hugging in the deep abdominals. We won't be here for long. And then rest the head. Full inhale. Exhale, lift it up again. Scooping, breathing, reaching through the fingers. Inhale it up. One more. Exhale, lift the head. Curling up off the shoulder blades, reaching through the fingers. And rest. This time the arms go down to the mat. Palms are down, fingers spread wide. So this becomes your base, your hands. So you want to really root down and then wiggle the feet all the way together. Heels, toes, knees, squeeze tight. So again, the narrower the base gets, the more you want to use those abdominals for stability. So I'll walk you through a progression here. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, hug in the abdominals and float the right leg up to tabletop. Stay here and really try to find stability. Place that foot down, toe ball heel, and then the left leg floats to table. Hug in the abdominals. Feel the chest open, toe ball heel. Right and down and left and down. So this is marching. This can be the progression you stay with. Once we move on, if this feels challenging enough and the right choice for you this morning. If not, bring the right leg up to tabletop and keep it there. And bring the left leg up to meet it. And stay here and breathe. And if you feel like, oh man, I'm going down, then go back to marching. All right? Otherwise, we do toe dips. Right toes dip, then the left toes dip. And again, you're trying to find stability in the pelvis, using the deep abdominals. If you feel the low back straining too much, go back to marching. Breathe. Reaching for the floor. One more set. And left. That left foot goes all the way down. Right foot goes down to meet it. Wiggle those feet back out a little wider than hip distance. And open the arms out wide. Full breath. Opening the chest. Great. Let's reach the arms up to the ceiling here. Bring the feet just a little closer together, maybe just a little bit wider than hip distance, and we'll come up for the 100. Full inhale. Exhale, lift the head, curling up off the shoulder blades and pump the arms. Inhale, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 10. In. Out. In. Exhale, exhale, 30. In. 40 in. 50 in. Exhale. 60 in. Head a little higher. Exhale, exhale. 70 in. 80 in. Exhale, navel to your spine. In. Last set. Exhale all the air out. Rest the head. Arms open wide. Full breath. Long exhale. So let's go back to a variation of marching or toe dips, whichever one you want. So narrow those feet up, knees are together, feet are together. And then we'll take the right leg to tabletop, hug the belly button in, extend that leg out to 45 degrees, bend it back into tabletop, and place that foot down. Left side, lift it to table, extend it out. Don't be afraid to use the hands and the elbows rooting into the mat. Right side, extend, breathe, hug in. So this doesn't have to be full throttle. It doesn't have to feel like you're really going to your max here. Just by being on the roller and moving the body in these ways, we're turning on those deep intrinsic abdominals, deep muscles to help you get stable. Stuff going on that we don't even know about. Breathe. One more left. And bring it in. Good. So you can stay with that one or move the legs to tabletop. Breathe. And start to exchange the legs. Right, left, right, left. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're hugging the navel into the spine. So if you start to feel too much strain in the low back, always rest. Go back to marching with the leg extension. Keep breathing. One more set. Bend both knees to table. The right foot goes down to the mat. Left foot down. And then wiggle those feet apart. Open wide. Get that good stretch. So you can stay right here and stretch, or you can wiggle yourself back so that your mid-back is at the edge of the roller, and you find a good stretch here and open across the chest. So if you're going into this deeper stretch here, just find a place where it feels good, yeah? So if it feels like too much, you might need to just move up or down that roller just a little bit, just to get a little more support or to find a good hinge place. But really opening up, allowing the rib cage to splay, getting a good opener for that diaphragm there, and breathe. And play with where the arms are. You can reach back. Just taking another full breath here. And then we'll carefully roll to one side to come off of there. And just take a second. Take a full breath. Get a little twist through the spine. Good. And then we'll move the roller. All right, so it's coming to perpendicular to your mat. You're going to take the arches of your feet on there. And then we'll lay down to your mat and take basically that butterfly stretch. So turning the legs out, the feet are just a little bit apart. Breathe here, take the hands to the abdomen. Full breath. Exhaling, letting those legs externally rotate, just feeling like you're really letting go into gravity here. Notice your back body on the mat. We're no longer on that roller. Just noticing the spine. And then we'll take the arms by the sides, place the arches onto the roller at about hip distance apart. Roll the collarbone open. Get that tailbone heavy on the mat as well as your head. And then just start to do a progression of shoulder bridge here. So you're going to squeeze the glutes and tuck the tail, lift just the tail off the mat, and then put it right back down. And you're looking for stability in the roller. Then tuck the tail again, lift the sacrum, lift the low back, and roll it back down. A little higher, squeeze the glutes, tuck the tail, lift, and lower down. And this time we're coming all the way up. Keep the ribs hugged in and find that long line from your knees to your shoulders. So we don't want to pop the ribs out here and splay. We want to keep the ribs hugged in and find the glutes and the hamstrings working. And you can find that place right where the glutes and hamstrings meet. Squeeze there and lift your pelvis another inch. Breathe. Then we do these little pulls in with the roller. Pull it in, 10, 9, breathe, 8, active glutes and hamstrings, 7, 6, keep breathing, long arms, 5, soften the jaw, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll the pelvis down. Breathe, full breath here. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Press that left knee away from you. Get a little stretch there. And then swapping it out. Crossing that left ankle over. Breathe, getting that little stretch there. Full breath. Good. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock yourself up to a seated position. And you want to take that roller underneath the ankles, calves there. And just find the feet at about hip distance apart. Reach the arms up on an inhale. Exhale, fold forward and take that stretch. Breathe. Releasing in the hamstrings, reaching through the heels. Full breath. Good. We'll just get a little challenge here. Bring the legs together. Move that roller so it's right at the calves. And we'll take the fists onto the mat behind you and lift the pelvis up. So you're going to take this little push out and pull in. Push out and pull in. Push out, pull in. 2 more. Pull in. 1 more. Pull in and take a seat. Reach it up, inhale. Exhale, fold it forward. Breathe. Releasing the neck. Good. So we'll increase the range a little bit. So you want to move it up so it's not right behind the knees, but just below that. And we'll take those fists to the mat again, or you can be on the palms of your hands. Squeeze the legs together, lift the pelvis up, open the chest, and then pull the pelvis back. Lift, pull back, lift, pull back. 2 more, lift, pull back. 1 more, lift, and take a seat. Reach for those toes again. Take that stretch. Full breath. Not easy for me this morning. Breathe. Good. Okay, we're going to move the roller again. This time it's going to be under the pelvis. So we're going to take it and sit on it. And let me get it nice and straight. Good. Okay. Legs are long out in front of you. And they're just a little bit wider than hip distance. This is spine stretch forward. We reach the arms out in front of you. Take an inhale. Exhale, dive. Nose to the belly button. Top of the head. Reaching for the mat. Inhale, stack back up. Lift. Exhale, dive it down again. Inhale up. Exhale, dive. Scooping the belly button in. Inhale, stack it up. 2 more. One more. This time as you stack up, widen the arms. Inhale. Twist right for saw. Exhale, round and reach. Inhale up. Left. Exhale, round and reach. Breathe, inhale, tall right. Exhale, round, reach. Inhale, taller left. Exhale, round, reach. 1 more set to the right. Exhale, round and reach. To the left. Exhale, round and reach. All the way up. Good. Okay, so we're going to bend the knees. Take the feet feet flat. You're gonna get a good roll out for the glutes here. So you wanna take your left hand behind you onto the mat. You can be on the fist if that feels better, on the wrist. And then just take the other hand, cross it over, and sit onto your left glute. And just start to push and pull with the legs, rolling over that sits bone, finding how you can work out any little tender places. And breathe. And if you find tender places, hang out there a little bit. Find how you can release some of that. So a good bit of this foam roller work can be like self-massage. So just checking in with places that need a little extra attention. Breathe. Taking a few more passes there. Breathe. Good. And then coming back to the center. And then we'll go to the other side. So again, your right hand's behind you now. Left hand comes across. You sit onto that right glute, so it's only the right side of your booty on the roller. And you're rolling over that sits bone, finding any tight places. And it might be different on this side. So depending on which side of your body is the dominant side, you might have just some different tightness going on. Breathe. Full breath. Taking your time there. A couple more passes. Good. And then bringing it back to the center. We'll take it out from underneath you and move it so it's underneath the knees here so we can get down to your mat. And then we'll move it underneath the pelvis. So laying down here to your mat, you want to pull the pelvis off the mat and the roller underneath your pelvis. So this is some of my favorite series on the roller. Feels great on the hip flexors and low back. And then it's also a good challenge for the abdominals. So taking the hands, you can either grab the roller, especially if you feel like you can't get it right underneath the pelvis there enough. Give it a little pull. Always get it underneath you more if you feel like it's going to get away from you. You can also place the arms right by your sides. So let's keep the left foot flat on the mat at hip distance and bring the right leg to tabletop and extend the right leg to the ceiling. And breathe here. Find stability in the pelvis. Circle the leg. Cross, down, around, lift. Cross, down, around, lift. If you feel any popping in the hip, you want to make your circle smaller and find a range where the popping doesn't happen. And work there for a while. Engage the glutes, one more that way. Reverse, open, down, root down through your left foot. Roll the shoulders open. Breathe. Hug the abdominals in. One more. And lift it up. Hug that knee into your chest. And then place the right foot down to the mat. Find hip distance. Open the collarbone. Place those hands where you want them. Make sure your roller's not going to get away from you. And then bring the left leg to table and extend that leg to the ceiling. Open the collarbone. Open the throat. Take the leg to the right. Cross. Down, around. Lift. Cross. Down, around. Lift. Try not to put any extra tension in the jaw or the neck. Breathe. Keep stability in that right leg. Root down through the right foot. Breathe. Hug the belly button in. Reverse. Open, down, cross, lift. Breathe. Scoop the navel to the spine. One more. And lift and hug that knee into your chest. So making sure the roller's not going to get away from you, bring both knees into your chest. And it's not right under the low back. It's more towards the sacrum, the top of the pelvis. If you need your hands at the ends of the roller to give you a little bit more feeling of the roller staying underneath you, then put them there, or you can take your arms by your sides. Legs extend up to the ceiling. Go into a little bit of external rotation of the legs. So that's heels together, toes apart, the thighs externally rotating. Breathe here, hug the belly button in, and start to do little scissors. Right, left, breathe. Hug the belly button in, feel stability in the pelvis. Keep the walk small and walk down 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, again, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up. Down, keep breathing, and up. Hug the navel to the spine. One more set, and up. Squeeze the heels together. Flex the feet, bend the knees, push the legs out, lift them up. Bend the knees, push the legs out, lift them up. Bend the knees, push the legs out, and lift them up. Hug your knees into your chest. Full breath. Good. Use the hands where you need them. Extend the legs to the ceiling. Let's keep the legs parallel. Squeeze the inside of the feet together. Just the fourth in the series of 5 here. Lower the legs with the belly button in. Lift the legs. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Turn it into a circle. Go down, open, lift, squeeze. Down, open, lift, squeeze. Breathe, pull the navel to the spine. Reverse, open, down, squeeze, lift. Keep it parallel. Squeeze those big toes together. 1 more. And hug it in. So let's get a good hip flexor stretch here. You're going to take that left foot down to the mat, keeping the right knee hugged in. Full breath. If you're like me, I'm pretty tight in my quads and hip flexors, so I already feel a stretch on the front of the thigh. But if you want a little extra, start to slide that left leg long. You can flex through the foot. Open up the front of that hip crease there. Breathe, roll the collarbone open. Keep hugging in on that right leg to create that opposition. You're reaching your left heel away from you as you pull your right thigh in. And then bend that knee and drag the knee into the chest. Other side, right foot goes down. Get a good tug on that left leg. Really pull it in. So you're giving into that hip crease on the left side. And then if you want, you can slide that right leg long. Flexing through the foot. Engaging that right glute a little bit to open up that hip crease a little more. Getting a good stretch there. So play with it a little bit. Work with how long the leg gets. If you're turning in or out a little bit, squeezing the glute, just breathe and find a good stretch. And then bend that right knee. Good. And then both knees come into the chest. So we're going to come off of the roller, but we're going to do it slowly to get a nice stretch for the low back. So you start to push that roller down more towards your sacrum, tailbone, and then just stay there and breathe. And it should feel nice, like we're opening up the low back if you really breathe into it. And we press it away a little more. Go into that place where you feel like it's about to be out from underneath you, but you're still getting a little lift in the pelvis, a nice opener for the low back. Push it a little farther. Breathe. Start to let it come all the way out there. The pelvis comes down to the mat. And then you want the roller so that it's right behind the bend of the knees. So let those knees bend. Let the feet and legs just externally rotate naturally here. And breathe. Exhale and soften. Feeling your tailbone really heavy into the mat here. So our skull and our pelvis are the heaviest bones in our bodies. So you want to feel gravity pulling on those bones. Letting go. Nice. All right, so to come up to seated, we're going to move that roller right behind the knees. You're going to grab it and just rock yourself on up. Good. Okay, so we're coming to the roller under the arms. So we're going to go one arm then the other arm. So let's take the left arm on there first. Your knees are bent, so you have one leg in front with that knee and foot aligned pretty much at the front edge of your mat. And then your back leg bent, so you've got that nice long line there. So left hand is on the roller, right arm reaches out. You want to press that roller out so that it comes up onto your forearm, get a nice side stretch, and come all the way up. Just keep that going. You can also get some work for the lats on that left side. So you're really feeling the shoulder drop down away from the ear. You're breathing. 2 more. 1 more. Now we're going to add to it. You're going to take that right hand and the left hand onto the roller. So you're trying to turn the shoulders. You press it out. Hold it there. Lengthen your back leg long. Lift it up. Put it down. Bend the knee and drag the roller back in. I'm going to scooch a little bit so I can stay on the mat. So again, press it out. Lengthen the back leg. Lift it up. Put it down. Bend the knee and come in. 1 more. Press. Lengthen and lift. Put it down. And lift the chest. Good. Other side. So we'll move that roller over to the other side. Right knee is bent in front of you. Left leg is here. Finding that angle at the knee. Always being careful with the knees. If flexion feels like too much in the legs here, you can always straighten the front leg or straighten the side leg. You could do this in crisscross, or you could take both legs front, whatever's best for your body. Right hand is on here, left arm reaches out. Slide it out. Pull into the abdominals and come up. Slide it out. Use the lats on the right side, so those muscles around the shoulder blade, under the armpit there. Breathe. 2 more. Reach and up. 1 more. Reach and up. Both hands go to the roller. Slide it out. Lengthen the back leg. Lift it up. Put it down. Lift the chest. Again, press. Lengthen. Lift. Bend and bring it up. 1 more. Lift. Bend and bring it up. Take that stretch. Breathe. And rest. Good. All right. So we take the roller. We're going to put it perpendicular to the mat again. It's a little stability challenge here for the upper body. So we're going to take a modified plank position, and hands are directly underneath the shoulders. So if you're already knowing, my wrists give me trouble, just take your fists down to the mat and leave the roller out for this one. Otherwise, hands are right under the shoulders, knees are right underneath the hips. The toes tuck, you take a full breath. Root the shoulders, hug the belly button in, lift the knees and hold. Stay here and breathe. Get your belly button hugging into your spine and find that stability in the arms. Lengthen the neck, full breath. One more breath. And place the knees down. Untuck the toes, sit the hips onto the heels in a child's pose. Separate the hands far enough that you can let your head fall through your arms. Get a good release here. Full breath. Turn the head, relax the neck, and roll yourself up. Good. Okay, so we're going to have the roller underneath the forearms, but we're going to be all the way down to your mat. So scooch that roller down to the end there, and then we'll lay down to your mat so your forehead meets the mat and you've got your wrists on the roller. Again, another one of my favorites, really feels nice. So reach the roller away from you and feel your shoulders reach up by your ears. Feet are hip distance. Then start to pull the shoulders away from the ears without bending the elbows. So do that again, reach away from you, shoulders by the ears, and then keeping the arms straight, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze the glutes, hug in the abdominals. Press into the roller, lift your head, lift your chest, and roll the roller towards you, arching in the spine. Press it away on an inhale. Exhale, pull it towards you. So if you feel like you need a little bit more range and the hands aren't allowing, move those arms up so you're more on the forearms, a little closer to the elbows. Inhale, exhale. Then you've got a little bit more range there. Pull the shoulders down the back. Breathe. Two more. Don't forget to hug in the abdominals. They're a part of it. Good. Breathing. One more. Lifting. Now from here, little bend in the elbow, little press. Bend, press, just one more. Press and roll it down. Sitting the hips onto the heels. Bring that roller with you again. So finding the hands a little wider than shoulder distance. Breathe and find that child's pose. Deep, deep breath. All right, so we're setting up for our next one. So we're going to get some attention for the thighs and the quadriceps here. So you want to take the roller and place it just above the knees. So we got to watch out for the low back here, guys. Take your elbows on the mat and find a little dome up in the deep abdominals. So you're really supporting the low back. Don't sink down here. Stay lifted in the deep abdominals. So you're going to push and pull, rolling out the quads. If this already feels like too much and you're feeling like your low back is straining, stay in your child's pose. Stay there and breathe. If you're rolling out your quads, take a second to find some tender places. I've been dancing a ton this week. My thighs are super sore, just tender. So I'm finding all sorts of places that feel like they just need a little extra attention. You can turn your legs out and you might find a little bit more attention on that medial quadricep there. You're finding how you can just massage out any tight places, tender places. Rotating back into parallel. Finding the center of that quadricep. And breathe. And then we'll just come off of there once you've had enough. Yeah, and just take a second. Notice. Breathe, breathe. And we're gonna move the roller underneath the shins, all right? So this one will be an exercise for the deep abdominals. It's called knee stretches. So I'm gonna bring my knees to the mat in front of the roller, and I'm gonna have the roller just above my ankles there. So find a place that works for your body. You can always just stay in the position and not do the movement, okay? So you always want to listen to your body and find what works best for you. All right, so again, you can be on the fists if it feels like too much on the wrists. So from here, you would lift up. You could stay right here or send the legs behind you, pull them in. Send the legs behind you, pull them in. Breathe. Want to watch out that this isn't in the low back. You want to feel the abdominals and the muscles around your shoulders working. Breathe. Pulling those knees like they're going to come to your chin. 4 more, and 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Hey, Rex, and roll back. Put the knees down. Good. Rex wants to do some foam rolling this morning. Totally awesome. Okay, let's do another set of knee stretches. He said no thanks. All right, so pulling it so it's on the shins, not right at the ankles. Hug the belly button in, lift the knees. Press it out, pull it in. Press, pull. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, belly button in. 4, root the shoulders. 2, 1, put the knees down. Good. Breathe here. If this flexion doesn't feel okay on the knees, you can take that roller and put it back here. Yeah, and sit the hips there. Takes a little bit of that flexion off. Always do what's best for your body, you guys. It's hard for me to know. I'm a teacher that I like to take care of my clients. So I know their bodies, I know their limitations, and so it's hard for me when I'm here and know that people are out there in the world doing this, and I just want to make sure that everybody's being safe with their body, okay? All right, so let's take this out, and we're gonna put it underneath the shoulder blades. So this is kind of our last series here. We're gonna get some good extension in the spine. So taking that roller at the base of the shoulder blades, and you'll know the right place because it'll feel doable, all right? The hands, they stack behind the head. You can interlace those fingers if you like, but find, instead of the back of the head, find more the base of the skull. And then exhale, arch back, and breathe. For me, extension, something I need in my life. So this feels like it's a little bit uncomfortable, but not painful. If you feel pain and it's just too much, you want to scoot that roller up a little higher, maybe onto the shoulder blades. You're breathing. Hi, family. Hi. Yes. And then you reach through the arms. If that doesn't feel okay on the neck, keep the hands behind the head. Breathe. The breath, allowing you to connect and release. Hands stacked behind the head again. We do a curl and arch series. So full inhale to prepare. Exhale, curling up. Drop the ribs towards the pelvis. Inhale to arch back. Exhale to curl. Inhale to arch. Exhale to curl. 2 more. Exhale to curl. 1 more. Exhale to Andy. She's interested in the foam roller. And we stay back here. Not too interested. Full breath, open your throat. Oh. Hi, Andy. Hi, Andy. Good. All right, so we curl up halfway this time. You want to push your feet down into the mat and lift your pelvis up. And just start to push and pull with the legs. Don't be afraid to really go for it here. So this should feel nice. If your shirt is out like mine, you might want to tuck it into the back of your pants so it doesn't get caught. And just take a little rock and roll on your upper back. This should feel yummy and good. Playing with closing and opening the elbows. Breathe. Hi, Andy. And breathe here. And then after a couple more passes, place your pelvis down and arch through your spine. Open up. Full exhale. Great. All right, we're going to move the roller so it's underneath your neck. You really want it so that the shoulders can be down on the mat as much as they'll allow there. And just take a second here to really find the right place, all right? So if you get it right in the right place, it can create a little traction for the neck to where you feel like if you push into the roller, you can feel that feeling of the head moving in one direction and the spine moving in the other. And then you turn the head right and left and breathe. Don't be afraid to keep your hands at the ends. Hi, Andy. And you're breathing. Just letting go of a little extra tension in the neck. And then just letting the head settle center. And then you move that roller all the way out from underneath you. And just keep your hands on it there so it doesn't get away from you. But just a little bit of tension there, not much. And just soften. And allow your whole body to release into gravity. Then we're going to reach that roller up to the ceiling. You're going to take your legs up and thread them so they're over the top and just rock yourself up to a seated position. If there's an easier way for you to get up, go for it. Yeah, it's up to you. We're coming to standing. We're almost there. All right? So the roller goes onto the mat perpendicular. Take those feet. Find hip distance, parallel. Reach that roller out away from you. Let the hands be a little wider than shoulder distance. Reach through the tail and sits bones. Arch your spine. Flare your sits bones. Breathe. And then hug the abdominals in. Pull the roller towards you. Bring it with you and roll yourself up. Great. All right, so it's going on the mat, in between the feet. We're almost there. Just a little ending here. Thanks, you guys, for doing this with me. Super yummy and good for the body. Feels like a nice way to start a Saturday. All right, so the feet are hip distance. You've got those ankle bones hugging in on the roller. You want to make sure that the big toe is touching the mat as well as the pinky toe, and some weight on your heels. You're standing tall through the spine. Head lifting, tail dropping, collarbone widening. Full breath in with the arms, reach it up. Full exhale, open wide. Look down, inhale, look up. Exhale, open. One more, reach it up. Bring the palms of the hands together, slide them down to your heart center, bringing those thumbs right into your chest. Dropping the shoulders. Whatever it is that comes to your mind that you're grateful for, taking a second to rest right there. Noticing the placement of the feet. Noticing the pelvis right on top of the ankles. The shoulders right on top of the pelvis. And the head floating up like a helium balloon here, like a bobblehead. Feeling the full length of your spine. Full breath. Arms by the sides, palms face forward. Energize the arms, lift and lengthen out the top of the head. Full exhale. Open the eyes if they were closed. Inhale the shoulders up by the ears, make fists. Exhale. Drop the shoulders, reach through the fingers. Give them a little wiggle. Inhale, shoulders come up, make fists. Exhale, shoulders drop, wiggle the fingers. Take your hands together, rub them together, create a little heat between the hands, still hugging in at the ankles, inner thighs. Really using those arms. Letting those elbows punch down, down, down. 3, 2, 1. Arms reach by your sides. Feel that little tingly, tingly in the hands. Full breath in. Full exhale out. Great. You did it. Very nice. Okay, nice, you guys. I'm going to turn the computer off here.